Hi guys, welcome back to Not Another Budget. I'm Nicole, and on this channel I'm attempting to cash budget my way out of debt and fix several years of financial misbehaviour. And if that is something you are interested in, please do stick around and see what we've got going on over here. Now, if you haven't seen the video that I'm about to recommend, I really do suggest that you do. I've been inspired by Yasmin Camilla's income streams video, which she uploaded shortly before Christmas, where she goes through potential and existing income streams for herself for the year of 2023. And I felt like that is brilliant because that's not something that I've done. You'll have seen that if I've been doing my budgeting, I'll talk about different things and different money that I've got coming in, but I've never actually for myself laid it out and done that. So I created this cover page because every video I feel now needs like a separate piece of paper, and I'm just going to go through my income streams with you all. And this is just a little bit of an informative video. This is all for 2023. And if it is something that you haven't yet done as an exercise for yourself, I really do recommend that you do, because when I sat down and I did this draft, I was really surprised by how much earning potential I actually had. Now, the first thing we're going to have to come to, because it is, I am working, are my wages. And I do also write on the slant. So that if that's a problem for you and it's making your head go a little bit squiffy, sorry, there is nothing I can do. Otherwise, my writing will be really awful. So we've got wages, and I have two jobs. So I have my main job, and I have my Sunday retail job. So we'll do that there. And at the minute, these are both giving me, I would say, my normal monthly income. And I would say that with the cost of things currently, and given the fact that I'm a solo income household, it is just me. The cat, unfortunately, has no earning potential. They're pretty much covered. So for anything else that I want to do in terms of my savings goals that you'll have already seen, and also my debt payoff plans, that's going to kind of have to come from somewhere else. Now, what I do have is reselling. Now, I have said on many an occasion, I used to work in film and television, and within the costume department, and I have accumulated an awful lot of things. I've also on a weight loss journey, so I have clothes and accessories and shoes that will eventually no longer fit if I have my way. And I also used to run a business, so I used to make costumes and things for events and props and accessories on bespoke commission only, or on a made to order basis. So I have things. I have an awful lot of things. Now, I love stuff like that, and I don't really want to... There is always the potential for that business to reform in the future. And that is a business which has a lot of things that you need to get started. And which is why I am really hesitant to de-stash the amount of fabric that I have. Because it would cost me so much in today's economy to rebuild it back up again. And there are so many things that I got that are just really rare or one-off. I may need to change how I store them for certain, but that is what we have pretty much. That's what I have pretty much for there. So we have my old clothes, shoes and accessories, and then I also have costume stock, which is from film. So we also have my costume stock. So for now, the reselling of... Actually, no, there is something that I can do. I briefly, very briefly, when the whole face mask thing was a thing, I had face mask supplies. So I have lots of fabric fat quarters, as they are called. Fabric fat quarters and quilting. Not that I quilt, but they would work. So that is how that is looking there. So at the minute we've got my wages, which is my Sunday retail and my main job. We have reselling, which is old clothes, shoes and accessories, costume stock and fabric fat quarters and quilting supplies. We then come to business. Now, at the minute, I am not running a business. I am obviously filling in tax returns as and when I need to, declaring no earnings from that. I am also, I have supplies and I have lots and lots of ideas. And some things I can start, some things will need a little bit of investment, which is why I'm a little bit hesitant in terms of like marketing materials and business cards and everything like that that goes with it. They, at the very least, although I can print them myself, do need stuff like ink and things. But we have a costume commission. So we have costume commissions, ready to wear. And I'm just going to do this under one because it did all tie into one. So we have costume commissions, ready to wear, one-off creations, and one-off creations, and that comes under the banner of costume specifically. Think your LARP, your historical reenactment, your alternative themed party, anything like that. That was very much what I catered for. We then have a new idea which I'm thinking of reincorporating back into what I can do, which is crystal jewellery. Crystal jewelry and crystal craft, and these are things where I would make up a certain amount, I would photograph them all, and then I would sell whatever I had made. Everything up here was initially made to order or made on commission, and I may need to transition away from that because I don't have the time working 6 days a week on a full job to then do commission-based work as well. And towards the end I got really sick and tired of commission-based work. I'll be honest, not everyone who commissions from a business actually understands that things take time when you commission. They're not immediately available. And then within that we also have, if I were to ever get the confidence to do so, we would have painting and photography prints as well from myself. But those are muscles that I have not, those are creative muscles I would say that I have not flexed for a while. And I would need a real good few months before I felt even confident about doing anything with those. I sold off my DSLR camera years and years ago to basically pay debt that I then reaccrued, and I don't have my DSLR anymore. So all the photography I do is done on my phone with a phone stabilizer, gimbal and things like that. And then finally we have freelancing, which you will have seen on my budget on occasion, particularly the beginning of when I very first started. We have my product processing, and this is for a vintage fashion company where I do product photography, measuring, listing details, and then I wrap it all up ready for it to be sold to the public. I then have, there is nothing stopping me apart from my own lack of wanting to freelance film work. I would only go back and work with teams that I have worked with 3 or 4 times before. I have made it actively known that I'm no longer involved in the industry and do not want to be contacted for work in the industry. However, if I were to reach out and say I were available, I am confident enough of my own portfolio and my own background to know that I would have that taken up on. However, it would require me taking time off from this job or giving up this one, or using holiday when actually I just want the holiday as the holiday. So the feasibility of this happening is very, very, very slim. This is something that I can do on that in my evenings or on that spare Saturday. I can control the workflow and therefore the earning of this far more. With this one, I really, really, really don't. But it's something that I have in me as a skill that I can do. I'm going to say it, there's too much PTSD attached to that industry for me to run back to right now. Honourable mentions go to things like surveys, market research, and mystery shopping. None of that is great in this area, I will say, but they are certainly earning potentials. Referral codes as well. So this is everything in me that I have that could earn me money this year. So let's just zoom out ever so slightly. I hope you guys can see. No. Okay, so let's just zoom out. So what do we have? So we've got my wages, which is my Sunday retail, my main job. We've already gone through that. We have my honourable mentions here, which is surveys, market research, mystery shopping, and referral codes. However, if I'm spending an evening doing that, which is pennies on the pound basically, when I could be doing my product processing, which is guaranteed and fixed pounds, that may come into play there. In terms of reselling, this is very much fixed based on what I have currently in stock, and I think I've estimated that I've got about 6 months worth of reselling stock. This is without me going and buying other things to then resell for a profit. That's a very saturated market at the minute, but what I do have is old clothes, shoes and accessories. I have old costume stock, which is varied. I can't even summarize that in one video. If you can think of it, I have probably got it. Fake weapons and actual weapons included. I'm not going to resell those because they cost an awful lot to accrue. And then we have fabric, fat quarters and quilting supplies. In terms of business income, which could potentially replace my Sunday job income, but that would have to be very much a slow build and I would need to give a certain amount of time without earnings first of all. We have costume commissions, ready to wear and one-off creations, which was everything that I used to run and do previously. We have crystal jewellery and craft, which is something new that could be established, and then we have painting and photography prints, which is at the minute a complete unknown but is in my wheelhouse. And then if we go up to freelancing, we have my product processing, which is that arrangement is already in place, and then we have film work as well, which I really, really don't want to go to, but if an opportunity comes up I would consider it. It would depend who, what, where, why and how much, and there would have to be a pretty strong argument for all of them. But this is an exercise which I found incredibly useful, and I do recommend that you try and do yourself if you aren't aware already of what your earning and income potential is. It's certainly helping me focus while I move into 2023. I'm already in that budget, so you guys know that already, but it's looking much wider at the year ahead, which in itself is a little bit scary, but we will get there eventually. I hope you found this video useful and I hope you found it interesting. If you haven't done this exercise for yourself, please go ahead and try it. You never know what may happen and what you may discover along the way. I did a couple of drafts of this because when I first sat down to do this, I was like, oh wait, but there's this and there's this and there's this. Oh, and I've just scribbled everywhere and I don't have enough space. So let's just restart. So this is the restarted, finalised version of what my income could be for 2023. I'm going to love you and leave you. Thank you so much for liking, commenting and subscribing, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.